매번 야야야야야 불러 널 야야야야 내 맘을 고백하려고 타이밍만 보는 나 그런 나를 넌 보며 왜 그러냐고 묻네 너 때문에
You were looking at the TV screen with great focus while your mother-in-law was sitting beside you and looking at the television with the same gaze as yours. She looked at you for a second and said, You looked at her and nodded your head while doing a high five with her. You again looked at the television where there was an interview going on with your husband. You switched the channels to not spoil your mood. You huffed under your breath at your dumb husband, whom you were upset from since morning, and rather than making up to you, he went to his office. You guys were married for 2.5 years now, and were expecting your first child, due to which your hormones were missing each and everything. You picked up your phone and locked it while keeping your head on the shoulder of your mother. You opened your chat thread only to find a text from your husband which said, You looked at the text and gritted your teeth and then replied with no so soothing words. Your reply for him was full of dramatic sentences and at the end a S for boba tea. Jungkook on the other hand sat in his office room and saw all your texts, which made him chuckle at the same time. He got really nervous since you are determined to not talk to him this time. The reason why you were angry at him at the first place? Because you wanted to eat dark chocolate and he brought you milk chocolate. He understood that you wanted to eat something, but he suddenly got worried about the amount of cocoa in your snacks. Jungkook visibly gulped when he came across a text of yours in which you were asking whether he likes girls' flirting skills or not. He cursed at the girl who was also his interviewer. Everything was going okay until the damn woman started changing her lines and flirting with him on live. Jungkook sat and started running horses in his head to get an idea to coax his little Tinkerbell. As much as he was missing kissing the daylight out of you, he at the same time was missing tongue to his little champ. On a daily basis, he spent half an hour while talking to the unborn. This was one of his favorite things to do while caressing your stomach. Jungkook got an idea and instantly texted his mom about it so that she won't disturb him while he executes his plans. He started smiling, thinking of your reaction, and got up from his place to take the first step to his master plan. You looked towards the door when you heard the doorbell. Since all the servants were out of the house, now it was only you who was supposed to open the door. Your mother-in-law suddenly started feeling ill and went to her room. You opened the door and instantly a body fell on yours. You groaned when you saw your husband hugging you tightly and keeping his head on your chest. You tried to lift his head up your chest, but he snuggled more into your chest and mumbled some incoherent words. You moved back a little and shut the door while your husband hugged you tighter. You hissed and felt him taking his weight off you. You tried to peek at his face at the moment you looked at his face as if all your anger vanished away. A smile crept on your face when you saw him pouting, keeping his cheek on your chest. He moved away from you, and you saw him putting his hand on his coat pocket and taking out a big bar of dark chocolate. You tried to control your smile when you realized that he was drunk and still brought you stuff. He gave you the chocolate and also a bag which was a boba tea in it. You smiled and took the bag from him, and Jungkook leaned towards you. When you looked at him, he smiled. You tried to look strict again, and he looked as well, if you ignored the smile on your face. Jungkook pointed at his lips while pouting, and you pushed his pout away with your fingers.